Y'all, welcome back. Welcome back to Questing for Glory, Hope and Healing 2, the best sequel in the world since Secret of the Ooze. We're raising money for NAMI, a wonderful mental health charity that wants you to know that it's okay to not be okay. NAMI does a lot of wonderful work, and let's be honest, mental health is a very serious issue, particularly in the speedrunning community. I know I've had problems with it. I think a lot of the speedrunners have. If you can, please consider donating to the event. We've raised an awful lot of money due to your generosity so far, and there's no reason to stop now. We have several prizes available during this run. With a minimum bid of $5, you can get a physical copy of Sonic Generations for PS3 that was donated by Trans Queena very generously. You can also get an actual Sega Dreamcast. Minimum bid is $20. That was donated by P Diggity Dog. Finally, we've got Tales of Arise Standard Edition Digital Code with a minimum bid of $10, contributed by Heroic Spirit Gamer, who is also volunteering for the marathon. They're super awesome. And one other thing, we have an ongoing bid that is not met yet for this game, Atelier Shallie. You can make all the characters wear super cute cat ears, but we haven't met it yet. We're going to keep that open. If we can get to that number before the end of the run, we'll try to make that happen. But that's enough of that. I'm Nooster. I'm going to go ahead and introduce Lily, who is going to be running Atelier Shallie for us in an unusually fast period of time. So please tell us about the game.
Hey, I'm Lily or Angela. Either's fine. I'll be playing Atelier Shallie to the normal ending on the No Hope difficulty. Game has a few difficulties. No Hope is very hard, like 5 times enemy HP and a bunch of new skills and stats. But I will be starting the game on the easiest difficulty, which I'll explain while doing the tutorial. So we'll just go ahead and start then. I'll cut you off.
Awesome. Yeah, give us a countdown and good luck.
Yep, thank you. 3, 2, 1, go. All right. So the reason I'm starting the game on the easiest difficulty, so No Hope is a DLC difficulty, and it was balanced around New Game Plus. So you're not supposed to play it on New Game. It's very obvious to see this because the tutorial enemy is impossible to defeat. The one tutorial enemy at the start of the game scales with difficulty and becomes completely unbeatable. So just start off on the easiest difficulty, and after the tutorial, the game will prompt to change your difficulty and we'll go up to No Hope then. So yeah, pretty funny, but just how it is. The rest of the game, pretty fun on this difficulty, pretty fair, I think. It gets pretty hard, but it's pretty fair, so. I don't know why I'm mashing. It's a video, I can't make this go faster. We're just gonna go through the opening cutscenes a little bit. Get all the world building out of the way. We start off on a ship with our first protagonist, Atelier Shallie. This game actually has 2 protagonists, so you get to choose between. The first one is Shallie Stara, and that's her right there. And during the tutorial, it'll take us through her side and then Charlotte's side, the other Shallie. They're both named Shallie, so. Then after that, we'll get to pick which one we want to play as. And I will be picking Stara, this character right here, because her route saves a lot of time on No Hope. Funny quirk about that is the other protagonist is actually faster, her side, on any other difficulty. But because No Hope is so difficult, there's an early battle on her side that's unreasonable. So we play on Stara for this specific route. And the game's just teaching me how to craft right now. I'll spam my way through these menus. And here it's going to do a tutorial. It's going to teach me how to equip items. Normally in Atelier, items like bombs and stuff to defeat enemies are really strong. I am not going to equip any bombs or healing items or anything throughout the entire game. This is one of the only Atelier games where you would ever do that. So it's actually faster to do it without items. They just kind of suck in this game compared to most Atelier games, but if you're used to Atelier, that's going to sound really weird. All right, so here's the tutorial enemy. This is the one that is unbeatable on No Hope. We just quickly two-shot it on the easiest difficulty and everything's fine. going to match these text boxes. And this will be the end of Sarah's tutorial. Then we'll head over to Lot's tutorial. And so Lot lives in this town of Stellard that Sarah is heading to on her flying sand ship right now. And they will meet up eventually, but for now they just don't know each other at all. Lot's kind of like an energetic girl who's very poor, wants to make money, wants to do something big, but she's kind of like ambitionless and it bothers her. That'll change when she meets the other Shallie, but for now, we're just picking up garbage as like a little side job. So sweep up the trash. And this is basically, I don't know what this tutorial is. It's just world building. All right, then that'll be the end of the tutorial. The opening is not skippable, but I think it's a good song, so we'll just sit here and listen to it for a bit. All right, so right after this, it'll prompt me to choose which character I'm playing, which will change the game significantly for the first few chapters. And it'll also make me choose my difficulty, which is where we'll switch over to No Hope. And into chapter 1. Chapter 1's pretty quick. It just sets up basically Sarah's relationship with the town people. We'll have a neat looking little anime cutscene here where the ship gets attacked by a dragon and you'll see what happens. Oh, there's a barrel. If you looked closely, you might have seen that. The series is kind of known for its running gag of barrels existing. The characters walk up to them and shout Taru. So you'll see barrels all over the place. So yeah, ship's crashing. And yeah, the people in this town are not going to be very happy about this. So Sarah sort of gets here to ask for help for her village out in the middle of nowhere, and it's not a very pleasant introduction. They sort of get off on the wrong foot. But Sarah's kind of like, she's very stubborn and persistent about getting them to let her help out, and she's fairly skilled. So she does end up convincing them to let her help. But yeah, for now she's been sent away because they're like, we have to deal with the mess you just caused. Just get out of our faces and come back the next day and just get sort of a menial job. They want us to go out, grab some supplies, defeat some pests. And that defeating pest part is actually kind of important. It throws you into these battles right away, which on any other difficulty would be fine, but we have no levels, no items, no resources at all. So even the food rabbits, which are called so because they're used for food, they're that weak, they're pretty tough. And kind of get around that by choosing not to fight them. I have to win 4 battles. There's 3 of them here, so I'll try to run. All right, good, only 2. And so we basically win these fights through pacifism. I will defend the entire time. And this is a bit of RNG. It's very cheesy, but we'll see when it happens. They're not behaving. They are not behaving. I want to show off what happens. There we go. They run away, eventually. It took them a while. I'm probably going to die here. But if all the enemies run away, it counts as winning the battle, so... I basically just do that until I win 4 battles. Sometimes they go really quick, and sometimes you almost die, but it does get us through. Otherwise, those battles would not be consistently winnable. You just don't have any healing, you don't do enough damage. Alright, so I have to go back to heal. So yeah, I'll be winning 3 more of these. 3 enemies, so I'll try to run. Makes my odds much worse if there's 3 of them. Well, 1 ran, so I guess I can... There's only 2 left, so there's no point in running anymore. Nice. 1 more. So yeah, there's a lot of variance in this split based on just like how lucky you get with these battles. Let's see if I have enough HP for 2 in a row. Maybe not. Cortez just went down. Yeah, I'm probably gonna die here. The character models look so good compared to the environment. They're definitely more detailed. This game is kind of set in a post-apocalyptic desert world, so a lot of the environments are pretty bland and deserty. And it's also a PS3 game, so it's been ported to Steam recently, like last year, but it was originally made for PS3. Yep, you can win by doing nothing and you can lose by doing nothing. If you had to actually fight them, this section would be much more difficult though, because you just don't have access to anything. There's nothing you can do to improve your chances of winning or your damage. Now I can show off a little bit. It has 555 HP and she does 24 damage. So... there's not really any reason to attempt fighting. Come on, just 1 left, and then we'll be out of here. My HP is getting pretty low, though. Sometimes they're just really stubborn about staying and fighting. Yeah, I might be dead. Alright, gotta go heal. This is mostly within expectations for these fights, but it does feel bad when you get unlucky for like a long time. Alright, one left. But as you saw from the previous fight, okay, good. Alright, that's the end of our first job. Just gotta go back and report. Alright, so that was the end of the story section of this chapter. Each chapter in this game is split into story and free time. During free time, we basically, you can see at the top left when I'm not in the synthesis menu anymore, so give it a sec. Let me finish making these items. Just making them real quick. So you can see in top left, you can see Sarah's head, and it'll fill up with that red bar as I do like specific tasks. There's a list of them, but I won't show it. And you just have to fill it up all the way to get through the free time section for the chapter. And once that's done, you can move on to the next chapter. So it's basically just a system to like make sure you're keeping up with your alchemy and combat. So yeah, you can see after I gathered that, it filled up a little bit more. And I'll just be running around doing these things. It usually doesn't take too long to finish all of it. Oh, that's unfortunate. I can also pick up requests. This game has a request system. And I'm just going to turn in all of these for money. Money gets pretty tight, but we do manage to do enough requests throughout the game to manage it. Requests mostly aren't RNG in this game. There's a little bit of variance, but the requests that spawn are actually determined by story progress. So they're deterministic. So the money is more or less consistent. And for the last little life task I'm going to do to finish the free time, I just have to go walk around town, which is perfect because we need the fast travel spots anyways. And yeah, you can see at the top left it filled in, it's colored, and I can just go back to the workshop. And that was the end of chapter 1. Chapter 2. So now we're being told to go and visit the other big shot in town, the owner of the Perriand Corporation. This is his secretary, Linka, and there he is, Gerard. And he'll also sort of like make us prove our worth. And so to do that, we're just going to go out and gather some stuff. No more pacifism. Not fighting anything quite yet. It's going to be a while before we get some battles.
Can I jump in here with the donation?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, we just got an awesome $20 donation from Lani Akea. I apologize. They say, had to get up a bit early to catch my favorite franchise, Atelier. So excited to see this run. Learn to fly, lot.
Well, we'll get there eventually. Brooms are scary. Alright, and we've gotten what they want, so just gonna go back, turn that in. And she also has a shop. I'm just gonna buy a few things here real quick that I'll need for later. Including a recipe book. The vendors, there's a few vendors in this game, and they all sell recipe books, so I'll be picking up those fairly frequently throughout the game so that I can make different items. So I'm now in Chapter 2 free time once again. The first thing I'm going to do in just about any free time is go do requests. So I turned in a request, and now I'm going to go out and gather. And a lot of this gathering, it might seem pretty excessive, but it is done for a reason. This game is about resource management, mostly, the run. You need a lot of resources. You need to make sure you don't run out. But also, there are life tasks that give, other than the main ones, you can do life tasks, which are just like random tasks that are like side content. And they give rewards like combat XP and stuff. And I will be doing a lot of those, which a lot of them get finished by gathering, just so that I can stack up the combat XP, and I'll be getting about 20 levels from a single battle later on because of it, which is important. I need to hit level 25 for skills for the first boss. So I will be doing a lot of gathering. I will also not only be doing a lot of gathering, I will be throwing items away to gather more, just to finish those tasks. So a lot of them are like gather 300 items, things like that. So hitting those thresholds is more important than having the items. Alright, doing requests again. Now that I have items I can turn in. And gotta go out and gather more. I guess I should explain the field search system. So there is a bar at the top left. You can see it going up, it's the blue bar. It goes up by a quarter every time I gather something. And it can fill up to 3 times. And you can see that a few options just dropped down from it. And they let you do different things. You can use an entire bar to search for items, basically, and just get extra items. So one of the life tasks I need to do right now I need to use 5 of these field search options, but I will also be using them to sort of like make progress on gathering 300 items for one of the life tasks. And because of that, I will be throwing away my entire basket. I just filled it up and it's gone. And this one will pick up everything in the zone, so my basket's full again. Do that once again.
We just got a $10 donation from Moko Michi USA. Thank you very much. You're awesome. And the message is from Japanese Restream. Thank you for the restreams. We have both Japanese and German restreams going on right now, so feel free to check those out. Thank you very much.
All right, cool, I got it. That note is kind of hard to get because of the rabbit in front of it. All right, I'll just go here and do one more search. Grab this rabbit yarn. And life tasks are done. So I can head back and move on to chapter 3. The nearly chapters fly by pretty quickly. There's not much you have to do. Yep. You just pick up the plants and you throw them back on the ground. It's something. It feels wasteful, but overall it's not, so it's the fastest way to do it. which definitely isn't intuitive. Whoops, I looked at a tutorial. That's fine. It's really quick. All right, turn in this request. And this is Hamra. Hamra is a party member. He's a homunculus. He's pretty cute. Homunculus are like, they're basically artificial, like synthesized life forms, right? And they live forever. And they speak in very broken Japanese. I could say English, but it's Japanese right now, so. And they really like candy. Hamra does not get paid in candy though. He's a weird homunculus. He gets paid in adventuring, so. Just gotta gather a bunch. Another mechanic in this game is that to unlock new zones, generally you have to, so you exit through the area on one side. If you enter the area on one side, and if you exit through the other side, you'll unlock a path to another zone, is generally how it works. So just gotta make sure to run all the way through the zone to unlock this path for later. So I don't need this area right now, but I will need it later, so. I'll go here, gather a bunch of items, and I have to throw some stuff away. This should be fine. And the story portion for this chapter is pretty short. They just want you to bring some money to them. I've been doing enough requests that I have enough money. And we're into free time again already, so. At the start of every free time, there's basically a freebie task that you get. It's consistent on every single one. And you need to finish it to unlock subsequent tasks. It's basically they want you to synthesize, they want you to explore, and they want you to do a request. So free time always starts off with doing at least one request. This one wants me to turn in sand. Thankfully I have a lot of it. For the next one I have to pick up wheat, which is this node right here. So I'm just going to reset this zone a few times. And yeah, most of it's finished. Most of the progress is just from gathering, so very convenient. Gathering is way easier than combat. There are a bunch of different combat tasks I could choose to do, but I haven't made any equipment or any items or anything yet, so I wouldn't be able to defeat anything on this difficulty. But thankfully this stays a pacifist run until chapter 5, so. And the game gives us the ability to do that. Crap, what am I doing here? I'm doing this, right? And I'm discarding the basket. And I'll just be doing some gathering for a bit, so if you have donations or anything, you can do those for a little bit. If you don't, that's fine too.
No, thank you very much. We're here benefiting NAMI. NAMI is the National Alliance on Mental Illness. It's the nation's largest grassroots mental health organization, and their work is focused around 3 pillars: education and support, awareness, and advocacy. They have 48 state offices, 650 affiliates, and what really impresses me is they have more than 300,000 participants, people they help every year, real people. It's a wonderful organization. I'm very proud to have a small part in volunteering to assist it. And if you can, we ask that you consider donating. Obviously, this is you may not be in a financial position where you can. That's okay. Just by being in chat, being here, talking, memeing, having a good time, you're doing your part. We also have a hashtag, which I'll put in there. If you're on Twitter and you can't donate, why don't you tell other people about the marathon? That's a thing you can do. Go for it. It's a wonderful organization, and everything you can do, every little bit helps. Thank you very much.
Cool, thanks, Nooster. All right, and I'm just finishing up with free time, so we are on to chapter 4. And chapter 4 is the first chapter where we're not going to fly through it very quickly. Chapter 4 is where I start making my equipment, so the free time here will actually be quite a while, and it's the first like really big annoying RNG wall in the game. But I'll explain more about that when I get there. And I will have plenty of time to explain it, so. For now, I'll just be doing cutscenes. Then I'll have a bunch of synthesis to do, which I can probably explain a bit about crafting then. Of course, first I will be shopping. Like I said earlier, books are very important. There's a lot of books. I can't afford all of them right now, but I will buy the ones I can afford. I seem quite poor. This is a problem. I'm gonna have to look at some requests.
I feel your pain.
Usually the money turns out okay, but sometimes you end up a little short just based on like which version of a specific request showed up. Oh, I can't buy leather gloves. Okay. I'm actually short a lot more money than I thought I would be. Why is that? Alright, if I do this, and if I do this, it should be fine. Alright, that should help. Should probably be good enough to have enough money. I've actually never had such little money at this point before, so it's pretty interesting. What was this one? It's Sandpatter. Okay. But this should be enough to afford everything I need. Alright. So yeah, crafting. I'm going to be doing a bunch of crafting right now. I won't be doing anything too deep, but I can at least explain skills. Basically, crafting as you input set items, or set item categories, basically. And while doing that, they each come with an element and a certain number of skill slots, which determines how many skills you can use when making that item. Most of these early items only have a single skill slot, so can't really use many skills. The most important skill that I can use while crafting is quantity +1. It will let me add an extra item. And so I'm going to use it right here. I put it in, it takes 2 slots, and I get an extra item. So I just made 4 ingots there. Then most of the stuff I'm making right now is partially because I need to waste time here, and you progress time by taking actions like crafting, but also I need XP because I need to get my alchemy level all the way up to 56 by the end of the game. So right now we are at a measly 15. Got a ways to go. Alright, and the last couple items for now right here.
I just want to say, I don't.
will... Oh, sorry, continue.
I was going to say, I don't know this game at all, but I'm super impressed with your menuing. It just looks amazingly clean. It's cool to watch.
Yeah, these games are very menu heavy. I've played a lot of Atelier games, so the menuing, very practiced. It's very similar in all the games with some differences. Alright, requests. I'll have money now. And this is chapter 4 free time. This is the first like big RNG wall in the game because I will be property grinding. And properties are basically effects items can come with. And when you use an item with a property as a material in a synthesis, that property can transfer. So these properties do things like stats, they increase the power of your skills. Basically, making good use of properties is how you make powerful equipment. Okay, so 300 plants. Now I can go here, rare material shift. And that'll basically let me get higher level properties. And what I'm going to be farming for my properties is these silver beehives right over here. So I get them from this node. And each one comes with 2 properties, 2 random properties. Most items in this game have set properties, but the silver beehive here is one of the few that comes with random properties, so up to a certain level. And I will just be farming them for a while. I need about 20 different properties from these items, and they're random, so... Oh, that's not good. Can I run? Okay. Yeah, try not to run in that wolf. You usually die if you do that. And the reason why that's really bad is because there's a system in this game called motivation. Motivation is just a bar. It's basically meant to keep you on task. So you get bonuses for being at full motivation, which I am at full motivation right now. One of the bonuses, which is really important, is greatly increased run speed. If I get unlucky with my properties, my motivation will start to drop because gathering a bunch like this is not being on task according to the game. So my speed will go down and the gathering will start taking even longer. The other benefit of motivation is being at near full motivation, you get double the items when you gather. So if it goes down far enough, I'll also only be gathering 1 beehive at a time instead of 2. So hopefully I can get all the 20 or so properties I need before my motivation drops. Because you basically get double punished if you get unlucky, because not only do you waste time not having what you need, it takes even longer to get it from the lowered run speed and the lowered gather rate. So this section can be very swingy just because of RNG. You can lose up to 10 to 15 minutes here if you get really unlucky. So it happened earlier. I lost about 15 minutes just from this property grind. while practicing, so. But it was a no reset for practice, so it's fine. It's definitely the first reset heavy point of the game if you were to grind it. And I'll just keep doing this until my basket is full, because there's no reason checking everything for what I need in between. It would just waste time. Usually even in one full basket, you won't have all of them. So. And yeah, if you have, I guess you probably don't have donations.
I do. You
you
are
do?
extremely popular, and people are lining up to donate for this. We have a
Perfect.
super awesome $4 donation from Bill the Conqueror with no message. Thank you very much, Bill. I'm assuming you are Mr. Shatner. It is an honor to have you, sir.
Because yeah, right now just waiting for my inventory to fill up, which is pretty slow, 2 items at a time.
Fill up the picnic basket.
Yep.
Hey, boo boo. Alright, should be about full. Gonna go check. Yeah, 3 slots. Filter, property. So I can just check what's in there. There's 1, there's 4, 6. Okay. I'm only missing 1. That's pretty good. I'll discard things I don't need, which feels slow, but it's better than going back. If I were to go back to base to drop everything off, I would have to farm up the material change again, and that's pretty slow. We'll just throw those out for now. So as long as I don't get unlucky on this last property, should be good. I'm missing consumption 15%, so it's too high level. And now that I'm only missing 1, I'll start checking for it more often. Just let chat know that you can go to NAMI to get to ask about mental health help. You can go to nami.org, or they have a helpline, 800-950-NAMI, for support, information, and referrals. And I think at one point in my life, my primary therapist was the suicide prevention hotline, and those things are really helpful. So don't be shy. If you need help, give them a call.
All right, let's hope it's here. Still not. I'm gonna need to... I can probably just go in with my basket full since I'm only missing 1 and just discard things as they come in. There's consumption -10. It's not quite what I need. But yeah, this is basically why this part of the run is so long. It's usually just 1 property. That's what it feels like. There's a single one that evades you. And you end up taking double the time just because of that single property.
We just got an awesome $20 donation from Hinode85. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Hinode. That is very generous of you.
Yeah, thank you. Alright, any moment now. The game seems to know I'm doing this for a marathon. I'm currently farming for consumption minus 15%. Reduces MP cost of skills, but most importantly, it's used to combine into skill savings for later on. One thing that's very important about properties is that they combine when you put specific ones together into the same item and become even more powerful. That's the main reason why farming properties here works, because individually they're very weak, but once I combine them up enough, they get very strong. I'm worried about my motivation. I am absolutely getting wrecked. Yeah, I can feel my movement speed slowing down. It's fine, the estimate accounts for this, to an extent. To an extent. Feel like you're watching a gacha stream? It does feel like that. But you have a lot of rerolls, so it works out. But yeah, it definitely feels bad when you have like 20 different properties you need and it's just one that's evading you. Oh, I'm only gathering one at a time now. That also doesn't help. I didn't even realize it because I was throwing them away, but yeah. I'm only gathering one at a time now. Alright, I think what I'm gonna do is I think I'll come back later because luckily I don't actually need this one until a bit later. I can continue on right now. It's nice to have them all at once, but I can get that one later in the game, so I'll just check back for it. Then move on for now.
RNG is cruel.
Indeed. It's actually a bit lucky. Most of the other properties that I could be missing, I would not be able to proceed without them. That's one of the two that I can proceed without. In fact, I'm so used to not being able to proceed without them that I didn't realize it. Alright, ice bomb. Once again, just crafting for XP for the most part. I need a bunch of levels so that I can start looping my properties into each other. Alright, and I just unlocked the ability to transfer the properties, so I can actually make use of them now, which is good. Let's use this one. And yeah, I'll just be synthesizing for a while. I'll try to explain things, but it's actually a bit rough to explain things while doing synthesis because it's high focus. To make sure I don't mess up any of the menuing, which I am doing quite a bit. So I can use my handy property filter and just find an item I need.
Would you like me to talk?
Sure, if you have things to talk about.
Sure, if you want, it's up to you. 1 in 5 Americans live with a mental health condition, and less than half of them really get help, which is a big problem. There's a lot of factors that contribute to this, but NAMI is dedicated to trying to ameliorate, lessen that problem as much as possible. I'm going to put their social media accounts and ways that you can contact them in chat. If you think that you can benefit from them, please reach out to them, talk to them. There's a lot of people probably in this chat today that suffer from mental health problems and aren't getting the help that they need, and we want to try and reduce that as much as possible. And thank you, Ultimate Sin 92, for subscribing with Prime.
Alright, and so you'll see that I'll be making a lot of honey. It's because all the properties I just farmed are on beehives. And I can basically put properties onto the honey, and then the honey goes into zettel, which is paper. And through those loops, I can combine them together and start stacking them up. That should not be that. I want that one. So I just combined attack 10 and attack 15 into attack boost. And I'll be doing the same thing with defense and speed. But I'll also be combining that with the attack boost to get another hybrid trait, which will be defense and attack boost. And eventually it'll combine all three of them to give all stats in one trait. Or one property. They're called traits in other games, so I get it mixed up a little bit sometimes. But in this game, they're called properties. Alright, now we have all stats properties.
これでいいかな。身長どの戦力をこれで完成。材料はどれにしよう。これ始めよう。どの戦力をこれで完成。材料はどれにしよう。これ始めよう。
Now I have all stats power up, which I started from all stats 5, and now it's giving 30 to all stats at once. So combining the traits, very, very important.
これで始めよう。どの戦力をこれで完成。材料はどれにしよう。これで始めよう。こんなどの戦力を結合か。これレベルアップ。材料はどれにしよう。
And now I'll do my HP, because I do need life to survive later on.
これ始めよう。これでどの戦力を結合かな。
And also I can't put all stats on armor. I can only put HP stuff on armor, so.
これ始めよう。こうしたらどの戦力を結合かな。これでいい。
Alright.
材料はどれにしよう。
Almost getting to the end here, this section.
どうなるどの戦力をこれ完成。材料はどれにしよう。これでいいかな。始めよう。これどの戦力を結合これ完成。
While this is going on, I'll just mention that for Quest for Glory, which is coming up pretty soon, you can donate, you can bid to upgrade that run to triple bingo. That's right, they're triple bingo. Also for Quest for Glory Shadow of Darkness, you can bid to take the Rusolko's hand and upgrade to a 100% run, which is pretty close. It's about $50 away from meeting that incentive. And there's a bid war for the character's gender, which is wide open right now. Oh, I'm sorry, that's for Dragon Quest Builders. For Dragon Quest Builders, you can choose the character's gender, and that is not bid down at all. So you can jump right into first place.
Oh. Wait. Okay. I'm doing this right, just have to make sure. HP Huge Enhance increases my HP by 70. It's a lot. Attack and defense boost. And these will combine together for all stat boost, which will increase all stats by 25 when I put it on equipment. This one, right? Yep. It gets a little overwhelming once you have so many materials because you don't know which ones you're the properties you're looking for are on. But it seems to be going okay. Wait, did I skip something? I did. 17 and power up. Alright, now I can make the leather. And this will be my equipment material, so getting close. I almost did that wrong. It's this.
これで完成。材料はどれにしよう。始めよう。便利などの戦力を引き継ごうかな。これ完成。材料はどれにしよう。始めよう。こうしたらどの戦力を引き継ごうかな。これで材料はどれにしよう。始めよう。どの戦力を
Alright, now we can see all my work come together. I will be making accessories.
材料はどれにしよう。
And these leather gloves are going to be giving about,
これで
let me think,
もう少しかな。
it's 30 plus 17 plus 25. So 72 to all stats, if I mathed right.
材料はどれにしよう。
Um,
始めよう。身長こどの戦力を
which, once I go to equip them, you'll see that my character stats are much lower than that. Most of your stats in this, in Atelier games in general,
始めよう。
come from equipment.
これ
So
じゃうまくいかないな。便利なこれでどの戦力を引き継ごうかな。これ
and I will do the same for boots because you have 2 accessory slots. I actually need to go get more thread
始めよう。便利なスキルを使え
because
る。
it appears I am out.
ではこれどの戦力を引き継ごうかな。
So let's go buy that real quick. How come I have infinite wild pelts? Sorry, I wasn't able to focus on chat too much. It's because I buy them from the shop. I bought them multiple times throughout the game just to make sure I have enough.
どれを調合し材料はどれにしよう。これで始めよう。
I need to make 6 of each accessory
どうかな。
because
これで
parties in this game are 6 characters. They're pretty big.
始めよう。次はどの戦力を引き継ごうか。
Alright, there's my accessories.
完成。材料はどれにしよう。
Thanks, Chasner.
どの戦力これレベルアップ新しいスキルを覚えたよ。材料はどれにしよう。
Alright, and now I need to make cloth for
材料はどれにしよう。
my armor. This is where I'll get my HP from.
これで始めよう。今の状態だと無理なのか。よーし。どの戦力を引き継ごうかな。これでいい。完成。
Right now I'm just setting up my requests so that I can refresh all of them later. Because these ones I won't be able to do, so I want to make sure that I get ones I can turn in because I do need that money. And now I'll equip my stuff, and you can see that it's basically going to triple her stats. Well, triple everyone's stats, in fact. And my first real battle of this game, outside of the tutorial, I'm just going to be bullying a rabbit. It's going to give me a lot of XP.
おとなしくなさい。
Because like I mentioned earlier, I've been building up life tasks, which give combat XP as you do them. But you need to do a battle to get them, and so in a single rabbit, my characters went all the way up to level 27. And I'm just gonna go ahead and finish this free time real quick
なんだかいろいろ
by gathering up here.
どこにここは面白そうな場所だ。さあ俺の腕を見せて。何かが起きそうな。どこに何が起こるか。 どこに向かうの？
And that'll be the end of chapter 4. After all this stuff counts up. These are basically the life tasks I finished, so it didn't have time to count them all up before, so it's just doing it at the end of the chapter. And I am a sage of alchemy, apparently. Alright, and on to chapter 5. Chapter 5 is the first difficult point of the game, and it's where the routes between the two protagonists merge. We have to go defeat that dragon that attacked the ship earlier, so. And that'll be the first boss. It's actually a pretty tough boss. It has 20,000 HP, which it's a lot of HP, but I do damage now after making those items, so we'll be okay. The last thing I'll need to do is make my armor, which I will do in just a sec. I don't actually make my armor at the cauldron. Mirka, the party member, will do it for me. So I have to go to her workshop to get the armor made, which I will do in just a second. All right. Please make me shirts. Oh, I'm out of ton. I'll have to go buy some. And yeah, shops are very useful. They can back up. They're a good backup when you accidentally run out of resources because you didn't gather enough or whatever, which happens occasionally. Optimally, you don't want that to happen, but it's very difficult to keep track of all of your resources in this game because of all the randomness that goes on when gathering them and the amount you gather. There's just not much you can do about that when going fast, so just having quick backups for basically every single material that you might need in the game goes a long way towards saving time. Right, there's clothes. I'm just picking up a party member, Sol. He's very strong, very powerful. And we'll go ahead and equip everyone else. You get that. You don't get that. Unfortunately, we don't use the other protagonist a lot because, quite frankly, she's terrible. Someone's missing a shirt. You are. Okay. And gotta change the formation.
But she needs to learn to fly.
Yeah, she's not gonna learn to fly in this run, unfortunately.
Oh.
If the game would let me, I would drop Sarah from the party too. The reason the protagonists in these games are so bad is because they don't actually get combat skills. Most characters get attack skills for combat, and the protagonists just don't. So unfortunately, they're kind of dead weight. Lot does indeed have a better special ability, but their special abilities have to do with items, and we don't make any healing or attack items in the run. So special abilities don't matter, and I will be making a safety save here. This is the first boss, and this game has game overs at a few fights. So if I were to somehow lose this fight, I would game over and lose all my progress. So just making a save. Luckily I can save on the map, and yeah, spooky dragon. And thanks to all that gear I made, this dragon won't be a problem, most likely. So, explanation of combat, if it's not self-explanatory, each character can use one skill a turn, and each skill has a wait time, which determines how far back they go on the timeline on the right. And each character has a card, and once the card gets up to the top, they get a turn. There's also time card abilities, which are like that bullet with the 1 on it right now. I can place those on the field, and those will go off when their card passes as well. We want Charge Burst. Alright, and Soul here is about to do a ton of damage. He uses a homunculi for his attacks. They're very cute, and they're also very deadly. This one's nice. It can double up occasionally if you're lucky, which I did just get lucky. As for how much damage that attack does, also being able to go again occasionally, it's pretty nasty. We also have support abilities, so there are 3 mainline characters and 3 backline characters. The large portraits at the bottom left are currently my front line, and the smaller ones to the right are in the back line. And you can see they'll charge up a gauge. Once that's fully charged, I can bring them in for like a follow-up attack, and they'll swap to the front. I can also swap them freely whenever I want. And yeah, something about burst. At the top, there's the burst meter. The combat in this game is balanced around burst, and it's completely burst focused. It makes you do like 1 billion times more damage. Oh wow, Soul actually just died. I'm gonna have to swap Mirka in and use her revive. And so during burst, you can also do these like assist attack combos, where if every character in the backline is ready to assist, you can do all of them at once and get a variable strike, which will do a lot of damage. Nothing personal. And you can see I'm just sort of wailing on this thing. It doesn't really stand a chance. Unless Hamura misses. Okay, we're good. Bonk. And so, funny story about this fight. I know it looked easy, fairly straightforward from that. This fight actually made me stop wanting to route this game the first time I tried speedrunning it. It's very, very difficult. The original methods I had for defeating it required leveling your alchemy up to like 40. I think right now I'm about level 30. Using ice bombs, like barely surviving. It was terrible, but all that like 15 minutes of property farm on the beehives to get basically 200 stats on every character made it a lot more reasonable, I think. So once I figured that out, the rest of the route for this difficulty just sort of came together, and yeah. So from this point onwards, it's just a bit of a story and life tasks for a little while. There's not another boss until chapter 8, and this is chapter 5, so it'll be a little while.
I was going to mention that we have some upcoming bids for some really cool games. Quest for Glory, we're about a quarter of the way to upgrading to triple bingo. That's right, triple bingo. We have Take the Rosoko's Hand, which is a unique way to lose the game. And I know there's a bunch of people in chat that want to see the speedrunner lose the game repeatedly, so you should definitely consider donating for that. We're super close to actually upgrading Quest for Glory Shadow of Darkness to a 100% run, which would be awesome to see. We're about $50 away, $56 away from that, exactly. Dragon Quest Builders, you can choose the main character's gender. There's no bids on that so far. You can get classic 8-bit music and craft the Lyre of Slime Immemorial. We're about a third of the way to that. So if classic 8-bit music sounds good to you and it sounds good to me, please consider donating. We can craft a Yowie Powie rug in Chapter 3. Name the character, 8 characters maximum. Right now, that's wide open, so you can jump right into first place with any name you want. Obtain the crown ghouls, which is about a third of the way there. We're making progress on that. Hopefully we'll get there by the time of that run. As well as save or destroy Caitlin. Right now, save is in the lead by $25, but easily could go destroy. You get to choose.
All right, cool. Thanks for that, Nooster. So yeah, back to chapter 5, free time. Just gonna go ahead and finish this up real quick. There's not really anything interesting here. It's kind of more of the same stuff, just finishing just random life tasks and whatnot.
You have a donation that... Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead with the donation.
I don't understand it, but I think you can explain to me. $10 anonymous donation that says, Annie is better, change my mind.
Annie is better. I want to say something, but I don't want to be mean. So Atelier Annie is it's a game for the Nintendo DS. It's not a mainline Atelier game. And it was developed by a company that was not Gust, the developer of the other Atelier games. It basically plays like a really cheap mobile game. And the story is very repetitive. I would say it's not good, but if you like it, more power to you. All right, what am I doing here? I got so thrown off by that. I got sort of lost. Yeah, it's an old out-of-print game, so despite it being, quite frankly, garbage, it's very expensive. In English, at least. People in Japan know it's bad.
We just got a $20 donation from Andy K. Thank you very much, Andy.
All right, so I'm making a resonance chime. I'm using the plywood here. And this item isn't useful at all, it's just another life task item that I need to progress the story, so... Oh, I went to the wrong spot. That's fine. Hitting more cutscenes usually isn't a bad thing. I'm actually missing a cutscene I need to see right now, but I will get it later.
I do have terrible news. We are going to close the cat ears incentive. I am very sorry.
That's alright.
I am made of disappointment, but...
It was bound to happen. I can use this one. It's fine. I have Sarah in glasses, so I'm okay with that. This one. Crap. What's the next item I wanted to make? My notes are a bit off right here. We'll just make one of these. No, not one of those. This is fine. Okay. Alright, this looks like the cutscene I need to progress. Perfect. Off to chapter 6. For those that don't know, there are 10 chapters in this game, so over halfway there at this point. Unfortunately, I will need to go back to that beehive farm eventually. Not looking forward to that, but hopefully it goes pretty quickly, only needing one property, so. And so yeah, right now we're following around Asuka and Loji. They're the protagonists of the previous game in this trilogy. All Atelier games are in trilogies. Wait, what is going on? Okay. I'm missing a cutscene. I'll just synthesize something and it should appear. It's a bit strange, but it's no big deal. Maybe one more item. Should I make? There it goes. Okay, back there. Am I missing cutscenes again? Well, this is kind of strange. This does not usually happen. Why?
Because it's a marathon. I mean,
Yeah, because it's a marathon.
Right. If it gets to the point where you can honestly say this has never happened before, please let us know so that chat can scratch it off of their marathon bingo card. Yeah, we're playing Annie.
There we go. It actually showed up that time.
Nice.
Now I can progress. Yeah, the cutscenes in this chapter are a little bit finicky. I've known that, but they usually just appear with no issues. I'm not sure what causes them to sort of evade me like that. So I don't really have a good backup for it. All right, we're good now.
Yay.
Hopefully I'm not too far behind pace.
I find the art in this game adorable, by the way.
Yeah.
It's super cute.
The music and the art is definitely what got me into these games. The music is generally really good as well, I think. And I'm just progressing forward. We're going off to explore the other continent to get information that might help us solve the problems of this world, which is, I didn't really mention it before, but there is no water. The water is disappearing. That's why the world is a desert. So, and then we have this crystal area. I'm pretty sure this is just crystal and not ice. If it was ice, they wouldn't really be having any problems. But it looks suspiciously like ice. And this is the first area that'll introduce the checkpoint system. We just interact with those and we'll be able to fast travel back to this zone later on. So. There are a ton of enemies through here, especially this like dragon thing can sometimes be hard to dodge if it doesn't cooperate, but ran off to the left, was able to slip by it quite easily. Enemies up here though, what is this mess? Navigate that. I'm just going to keep running through these areas until I get to the village up ahead. And so the villages in this area, they look a lot different. They have they're kind of like in the mountains and they have nifty floating rocks everywhere. Don't know why that is. Seems kind of inconvenient if your village just starts breaking apart and floating in the air, but, you know. It's what they have to live with. Alright, and so here's Harry and Rafer. They have pretty minor roles in this game, but Rafer's a treasure hunter, and Harry is also a treasure hunter slash entrepreneur. They're eccentric characters. I'll say that much.
Are they like actual treasure hunters, or are they like Locke from Final Fantasy treasure hunters?
They go out and explore ruins and hope to find treasure.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yep. There are a lot of ruins in these games. We will probably visit some eventually. I have to buy something from Eska. And this will be chapter 6 free time start, so. Requests. So I mentioned how earlier requests are fairly deterministic. They will spawn at certain points in the game, like always. They're also tied to a field event system. Let's see, not that. I can use these and probably this. This is fine. They're tied to a field event system. Then there's one specific request that can spawn at this point, where if you see it, it will ruin your speedrun because it will remove gather points from specific maps, and you won't be able to get items you need anymore. It's possible to overwrite it later on, but not right away. It's pretty nasty. I didn't do my battles. I have to battle here. I do have enough damage now that doing battle life tasks is actually a bit more efficient. This one right here wants me to attack weakness 3 times, so I'll be doing that. This wolf is weak to magic damage, so. Sarah's auto attacks are magic damage, and Mobile does magic damage with her skills. So that's done. I just have a few things to synthesize. Alright, iron clay. I am really low on oil. I may have to go purchase some. Angel ribbon. I'll use the last gravistone. I think that's fine. Another life task is using skills, so I will just place a bunch of skills even if I don't really need them, just to get them used for task progress. Alright, next I'm making dark iron. And Hellenic. Alright. Just need to travel back and chapter complete. On to chapter 7. Chapter 7 will be another fairly short one. The story portion of it is just a couple minutes. But during free time, I will be making more equipment. I need to make my weapons, which I didn't make earlier because I didn't really have access to them, so. Which also means I need to go back out and gather more beehives to get that item I was missing earlier. Was Sarah versus Lot a donation race, or is Sarah faster? On No Hope, Sarah is at least 30 minutes faster, while Lot is faster on most other difficulties. So I just play Sarah. I don't have Lot routed out. She is a lot different. Can Lot be done on No Hope? Yeah. You just have to do the property farming with the beehives like a chapter earlier, which makes it take a lot longer. Alright, just gonna make one of these. How many Atelier games are there? There are currently 22, I believe, mainline Atelier games. The series has been doing, on average, a game a year since like 1998, so. Then there's a few other side games as well. So basically what I'm doing right now is Sarah is attempting to develop medicine. She found out that Lot's mom is sick. And they're fighting right now, so Sarah wants to do something to make it up to her. So we're gonna make a Wonder Drug of Tranquility is what it's called. That's what I'm making right now. We should have just like talked to everyone around town to sort of figure out how to put this recipe together.
while this is going on, I'll just mention that we're about a quarter of the way to upgrading Quest for Glory to triple bingo, which I know all of you want. I don't think the universe could handle a quadruple bingo, so triple's probably good enough. We are also trying to get a unique game over for Quest for Glory Shadow of Darkness, and I think everybody loves seeing speedrunners lose games, so please feel free to donate for that. We've got another donation in for upgrading that game, Shadow of Darkness, to 100%. We're now only $36 away from meeting that goal, so I think we can do it. I think we can do it probably by the end of this run. And I think everybody, that's a really fun game, so getting that up to 100% would be awesome. We cannot, there's also like no bids right now for Dragon Quest Builders Name the Main Character. I personally would suggest maybe Lot or Annie or Aisha. I see that name going in here. I think that would be an excellent choice. And you could do as little as $1 and be directly in the lead right now.
So yeah, right now just running through Chapter 7 free time, coming back to this crystal area, and you can see I can use the checkpoint system to just run through this area pretty quickly to gather the materials I need. After this, I'll have to go also empty my basket and grab beehives, because I will need those during this chapter. Hopefully it comes fairly quickly this time. It's pretty unfortunate. Yep, my motivation is maxed now. Oh, not that. Let's just drop these items off and then I'll go do the beehives. Hopefully it doesn't take too long.
Oh, I think we're all buzzing with excitement for this.
Yep, I'm gonna spend another 10 minutes missing the same property. It's going to be great. I'll probably check my inventory in batches of 8. I just got your pun. You're horrible.
Sorry.
No, everything is okay. I did not get it. Alright, please behave. Please.
It's like playing Monopoly.
Yeah. That was 10. I got baited for a second. Yeah, and unfortunately these properties are mandatory. The damage just isn't there if you don't get everything together. So I can't really skip it.
どこに向か気になる場所ね。何か見つかりそう。
The Atelier marathon for on RPG Limit Break. I think that was about 2 years ago. Now at this point, I feel like. Alright, it's gonna be in this batch. There it is. We're free.
GG. Awesome.
Perfect. Now I just need to not mess up and waste it. Because that's a possibility. It's not gonna happen, but it is a possibility. Cool. And I can move on with my life. Shivea metal. Oh, I'm out of plant oils. Wait, no. Am I out of Zettles? Plant oils? Everything? I'm out of everything. How is this possible? I'm out of water as well. I am just low on resources this game. Was it actually 2020? Jeez. This. And now I get to use my skill boosting traits. These will be a multiplier to my skill damage in combat, and stacking those up on those go on weapons. So stacking those up on weapons will double my already pretty solid damage. So I'm gonna be looping those for a while. Skill huge enhance, honey, consumption 10, and consumption 15. And skill huge enhance. Skill savings. Oh, I did that a little bit wrong. I think it'll be fine. Alright, skill huge enhance and skill boost. And I'm gonna have to loop these one more time. Because I made a bit of a mistake. But it's easy to recover from. I just need slightly different properties on this one. Not you. Alright. Perfect. And there is still more honey to be made. Honey is kind of the MVP of this route, if you couldn't tell already. Just because it lets me put just loop things through it to sort of stack up combinations. And it goes very easily as a material for other items. Because it goes into supplements. And supplements are also very important. They're a very widely used material. And there's all my skill properties. All in one item. But I need to do more because things require different materials, so I need sufficient materials to make every single type of weapon. And I need to make weapons for 6 characters, so they'll require a lot of different combinations of things to set up. Actually, wait, this should be this. There we go. Should it be this? Yeah. I am surprisingly low on plant oil, on plants for plant oil. Okay, I need you. And one of you. Palma board somewhere. Where are you? These lists get very cluttered. And off to mixed wood. Are they adding on to crafting mechanics, or how did it become so overloaded? No, it's always this complex, more or less. They very often change crafting mechanics from game to game. So they use a lot of like similar systems, but you have to learn all the new tricks and stuff. But the involved crafting is a significant portion of the appeal, right?
I'm assuming that's where the Atelier part of the game comes in?
Indeed. Because, yeah, they make items in their workshop.
Mm-hmm.
Which Atelier is French for workshop, so... And now I'm just here making weapons for everyone, and yeah, continue.
Oh no, I was just gonna say, we've got some awesome bid wars coming up. For Dragon Quest Builder, you can get classic 8-bit music in the game. We're about a third of the way to that incentive. You can choose the character's gender. Right now there's nothing there. You can decide pretty much for as little as $1. You can craft a Yowie Powie rug in Chapter 3. That incentive is not met yet. The character's name. There's no votes for this. You can name any meme you can think of. You can get into first place right now for a Dragon Quest Builders run, which is around 6 hours long, so you're going to get your money's worth for that. You can obtain the Crown Ghouls in Chapter 2. We're about a quarter of the way there. Maybe we don't have that long to go before that run's going to happen. And we have a bid war to decide if you're going to save or destroy Caitlyn. Right now, save Caitlyn is in the lead. I can't imagine why. If you want to change that, please vote for it. It's up by saving Caitlyn is right now up by $25.
Cool. Yeah, while I was reading that off, I realized I was missing a material, so I just went to grab that real quick. And I'm back to... Oh, I don't have enough Shuvea metal either. That's a problem. Is it? No, it's not a problem. I think it'll be fine. I did run out of ingots somehow, though. So I'm gonna have to make some of those.
どれを調合しようかな。
I think I forgot to use a quantity on one of them, the quantity bonus.
We just got a couple of donations in.
始めよう。
Hinode85, who donated before, is donating again with $20 and no comment. Thank you very much, Hinode. And the Altar Maven donates $10 and says, another day, another opportunity to donate, and another bid war to start on. Happy to contribute to a great cause, and may the runner's RNG ever be in their favor. Thank you very much, Altar Maven. It's very generous of both of you.
これでいい。それなら始めるわよ。これでいい。それなら始めるわよ。便利なこれ。どの戦略。
Alright, getting close to the end of weapons.
材料は
Weapons take quite a while.
これでいい。それなら始めるわよ。
This was supposed to be this.
これでいい。それなら始めるわよ。こんな感じ。問題ないわ。あと一人。これしてきた。どの戦略を引きこれ。
Just 2 more items to go.
材料はどれにする。これでそれなら始めるわ。こしてどの戦略を引き継ぐ。これで完成よ。
Did I make the wrong staff? I did. Because I'm out of palmas.
さあ、どこに行くか。
Those are somewhere here, I believe.
よーし、がっつり探索しちゃうぞ。
And if they're not, then I'm in trouble.
シャキシャキや
I don't remember where I get those. They must be down
行き先
here.
はどこ。どうしようかな。これ手際よくやるわよ。どこに行こうかな。
But yeah, like I mentioned earlier, with regards to resource management, these games are a lot of it. There's just so many materials you have to keep track of. You can very easily get off just a little bit, and that's a huge problem.
それなら始めるこしてどの戦略をこれでか。色材料はどれにする。
This uses this.
これでいい。それなら始めるわよ。これでいい。こしてどの戦略を引
Perfect.
きこれでこれで。
Alright, now I can finally finish the chapter. I've gotten this prompt like 3 times. Alright, into chapter 8, and this will be the second boss of this game. The game doesn't have that many bosses, but the ones it does have, I think, are pretty well designed. The Sand Dragon's a little easy with the gear I make, but this next boss is not trivial, and it actually is possible to lose, so...
よし。
どこに行こうかな。さあ、よしと。さあ、どこに。
無事に探索を終えられれば、
What?
それに勝ることはありません。
Oh, I didn't trigger the
どこに行こうかな。
right cutscene. I got kidnapped. Sort of out of it, I guess. I think this is still the wrong cutscene. There's some cutscene RNG in this game. When you have multiple cutscenes piled up, you can trigger the ones that aren't necessary for story first. So if you're not paying attention and you just sort of like go through, assuming you got your story cutscene, you can be
どこ
wrong.
に向かうの。
Right. Now I can investigate the well.
どこに行こうかな。
なるほど。いろいろある。
And yeah, it's completely RNG which cutscene triggers if you have multiple of them at one location. At least as far as I can tell.
よーし、どこに行こうかな。
So the current task is
がっつり探
we're just going and investigating areas where there's water to sort of like figure out where it's coming from because we would very much like to have more water. And we do find out that all just sort of converge into one like central underground location,
どこに向かうの？
which is actually an ancient water like pump management facility, because the ancient civilization was very advanced with alchemy. So
I think this is a good time to remind chat to stay hydrated.
is there an in-game time / activity limit, or is that just an earlier game? So previous games in the series, the previous 5 games in the series before this one, had calendars. And if you didn't finish your tasks, usually within like 3 years, you would get a game over. But this game does not have such a time limit. Although if it did, I would probably destroy that limit anyways. At least with these strats.
行き先はどこ？
But yeah, the series for a long time was known for having time limits, and it makes some of the early games like a bit daunting to get into. I'd run out of time grinding beehives. I don't know about that. I think it would be fine. Thankfully, I'm done with the beehives.
さっさと片付ける。これ初めて見るな。
They really didn't like me this run.
どこに向かうの？
Alright, and so what we're doing right now,
ここは
I'm heading off to the Lord of Water, the Water Spirit, one of the 4 great elemental spirits, as is such a common trope in JRPGs. Undine. I don't think she actually has a name like that, but we can call her Undine.
何か見つかるか
She's the Lord of Water.
なんだかわかんない。
She'll be our next boss battle. So she's at that exclamation point over there, but then we're basically going to ask for help on the water situation. But turns out she's really spooky. We actually get scared off at first, so I enter in here and we're just like, yeah, no, we're gonna leave and regroup, come up with a better plan. Our plan is really just give everyone a pep talk and go back, but it works, right? Adds a little bit of drama. I do have to make one more weapon. I didn't have the material for it earlier. I do now. So let me just make that real quick.
材料はどれにする？これでいい？
We are now officially halfway to triple bingo, 200 out of $400. We're all hoping we can do that. We've only got about an hour to go before that game starts. So if you're interested in triple bingo, and I think you all are, please consider donating towards that. That was donated, and there's a message. There was a hero, had a goal, and bingo was the game-o. B-I-N-G-O, 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 and bingo was the game-o. And that was donated by David Tiki, who is one of the runners of the game. Like, the runner is donating to Triple Bingo themselves. So thank you very much for that. It's very generous of you. And good luck to you, and hopefully we'll get that Triple Bingo.
Cool. All right, just equipping all the gear I made and setting up my formation, which is, what is it again? Logi in front and Mirka in front. The whether or not they're in the back matters for my strategies. So and I will be making another safety save here. Once again, losing this fight would result in a game over, so if that happened and I didn't have a save, it would be very unfortunate. I do have other saves before this boss, so in worst case scenario, I could just load those, but we like to keep it the same run, so. And this boss has a great battle theme, in my opinion. Let's hope everything goes okay. This fight can be rather tough. It has a gimmick where it swaps your back row and your front row as a time card. It can really mess up your ordering. It also has plenty of HP. About 70,000, so we're gonna be here for a while. I just got really unlucky there with that miss. One important thing is, so burst automatically triggers when it reaches above 100% and you gain burst from attacking while not in burst, and then it drains every turn while you are in burst. It's very important that I get burst to at least 110%, because every 10% gets me to a threshold for an extra ability. So Sarah's dead, so I do need to get her back up. Let's get some heals out. I want this burst to end so I can reroll and get my special abilities going. Oh my god, Aisha just got stunned. That's not great. Okay. Alright, I should be fine now. I don't think Aisha has really had a turn this entire fight. I would really like this to go off. Alright, and this is the ability, this giant wave. It's going to swap my formation. So everyone who's in the back is now in the front. It's pretty rude. Am I going to defeat the Beast King? I am not. I've actually never tested if the set can defeat the Beast King or not, but I'm not going to go for it now. That fight is really difficult, so. Alright. Attack. Cool. Fortunately, so that time card, you can see the wave there that swaps my party formation. Fortunately, Aisha has an ability, if I can get it off, this variable strike that just deletes them from the game. So I don't have to deal with that anymore. Getting it off is pretty hard though, because you can't charge your backline while they're being swapped, so you have to pay attention quite a bit. Oh god, burst just activated instantly. This fight is not going the best at the moment. I shouldn't lose, but it's pretty slow. I've been going out of burst a lot, unfortunately. Because it is possible to sustain burst indefinitely, even though it goes down every turn. There are two characters, Asuka and Aisha. Asuka is the pink hair, and Aisha is the blonde with the flowers. They have abilities that extend your burst when you use them, so you can sort of swap them in and use those skills and keep the burst up forever. Although I might have this one end on purpose after this, just because I don't have my healing field burst effect up. Actually, that might have been a mistake. Yeah. I keep screwing up my burst. Doesn't usually happen, but occasionally you just like barely miss those thresholds. Yeah, this isn't great. America's out of MP. Alright, just gonna let first end. I need to get into it again. Because if I'm not careful, I need to get my HP healing effect up for burst. If I'm not careful, I can actually die if I don't have that going at all times, so. Burst is way more damage, but I do need to make sure that I'm getting these heals. So hopefully I can do that this time. Yeah, as you can see, my characters are very low on MP. Normally they would be healing their MP constantly throughout the fight, but... This is not a good position to be in. Yeah, I don't make any items. Normally you don't need them, but this fight went very badly. It's gonna... okay. This should be good. Alright, am I healing active again? Yeah, usually this fight's a lot faster. But everything should be fine now. I have my auto heal up. Asuka comes back to life. And let's just swap her in for Stara. And the fight should be almost over. I need to keep my burst going. Cool. And you get special music if you kill them with an ultimate attack, so... Yeah, that was sloppy to say the least, but we didn't lose.
Yay! That was fun to watch.
And because we're on a high difficulty, you get a ton of XP. And we also unlock a new system called the growth system. It's basically talent trees, skill points for our characters. I'm just going to allocate these real quick. They're very powerful, very important. They pretty much all take the same ones. And we also got a lot of money, so no longer poor. Unfortunately, it's a little bit too much money, so I'm going to be going through and buying everything from every shop. Interesting thing about money in this game is there's like a soft cap on the amount of money you can spend. Shops have pretty limited stock. And there's one thing in Chapter 9 where having a lot of money is actually a detriment, so I just need to make sure to spend money at every shop I go to, so I can make sure I can stay around 30,000 coal. If I'm significantly above 30,000, it'll be a bad time, because you can't just freely get rid of your money in this game.
The area with the floating rocks and things just makes me think that you've like clipped behind a wall in an Elder Scrolls game or something like that.
Alright, so right now I'm looking for Wind Rider feathers. I did not get any in all that gathering, which is weird. There they are. We can carry on now. And so coming up is a, I guess it's kind of the closest thing this game has to a dungeon. It's this Tower of Mirages that we have to, Castle of Mirages that we have to traverse. I could technically do this area before the Waterlord, but there are 3 AoE battles in here, like 7 enemies each, and they're actually really difficult. Just because so many enemies, and they're putting out so much damage that they like two-shot all your characters, so just getting all those levels and the new talent system from defeating the Waterlord helps get out the damage on those. So it's much better to do those after instead of before. But you could do this part in any order. Alright, and I'll just grab the safety checkpoint up here. If I do die to them, it won't be a game over, but it will kick me out of the dungeon, so just want to make sure to have this. Dying to these is very possible. It happens regularly. I'll start with the easiest one first. Alright. And we're just going to build burst very fast because there's enough enemies for that. And you can see the meter goes all the way up to 150. And this is where I just use AoE skills.
威力はどうだ？
As you can see, they do a lot of damage. If you don't kill them fast, you can very easily die.
あとはよろしく。さあガンガン行くわよ。修行の成果。
Thankfully, we have assist guards. Those help a lot. And Wilbell, the little witch, is our MVP here. She does plenty of damage. Alright, first one's over. Now the next fight is this flying manta ray thing.
まだ気づいていないみたい。
Stop.
お願いします。ちょっと
4. Okay.
これ使っちゃおう。私に力を。やる気出せ。あとはよろしく。さあガンガン火の王よ。答えなさい。
チャンスだ。一気に決め、これでも食らえ。
みんなを癒します。痛いじゃないの。迎撃する。痛いじゃないの。全然効かないよ。自然が力を貸してくれてるよ。下がっておくね。
一気に決め。そう決めたんだ。
There we go.
楽すぎるのも考えものだな。
And the last one is the most difficult one. It can have 6 to 7 enemies and has 4 of these like white guys. These guys are tough. They hit hard, they attack a lot, and I have to run because burst activated on the swap.
速攻で終わらせて。
Do I have to... How do I fix this? It's gonna do it again,
お願いします。自然が力を貸してくれてるよ。
which is really not good. Alright, this should fix it. It did not.
気づいてないみたい。
Okay, I guess I just attack since this isn't working.
命の炎を燃え上がらせるよ。
Yeah, I probably should have swapped Eska, but it's fine.
休み。全然効かない。
My strategy got all messed up, which I'm not used to.
チャンスだ。一気に決め。さて
But this is okay. I only need Wilbell. Field burst, so.
やる気出し。あとはよろしく。さあガンガン行くわよ。起きなさい。大好きせよ。自然が力を貸してくれてるよ。うまく使って。みんなを癒します。痛いじゃないの。
Oh, Sarah died. That's unfortunate. She'll get back up. It's fine. This might actually not be good. Why are there so many attacks? Yeah, I might actually die here. I didn't have enough guards for the amount of attacks that were coming in. And I think that's because my strat got messed up with the burst happening so early. Alright, I'm gonna go heal and come back for this. It's annoying, but
面倒でも戦いの準備は大切ね。
that's just how it happens. Healing will make it easier, and my strat should work out since burst won't be happening immediately.
どこに向かうの？
But yeah, those fights just have so much damage coming in. And we do a lot of damage, but not quite that much. So
Yep. Just marathon things. That's it.
still doing this. Maybe if I do this and then run, it'll be fine. See, I normally don't get stuck in bursts like this. If it happens again, I will, yeah, I'm gonna die here. I just have to wait. If it happens again, I will just throw Aisha up front. I guess I don't understand the mechanics here very well, because I don't know why it's staying at 100%, even though I keep like using it and dying. I wasn't aware that was a thing. I'm gonna have to go do another battle to get rid of it, probably. Yeah, it's just doing that is annoying, but it's better than wasting time dying. This is something that's actually never happened to me before, so... First time for everything in a marathon, I guess.
Good old marathon luck. It is.
Yep.
It's very interesting to watch, if nothing else, so I wouldn't feel bad about it. It's very.
Alright. I spent it. It shouldn't appear again. I should be able to defeat these enemies now. And everything goes according to plan.
Yay!
This fight is still losable at this point, but it's very unlikely, so... This is one of the harder fights in the game.
Mm-hmm. That's right, Chad. If you can fill out the "That's never happened before" square on your bingo card.
Yep. They are getting a scarily large amount of turns right now. Yeah, that's unfortunate. The amount of damage they get out just sometimes is a bit much. They were super low too. I would probably call this the most difficult fight in the game, but
出発しましょう。
usually the strat works okay.
気になる場所ね。何か見つかりそう。えい、チャンスね。こっちから行くわよ。お願いします。
Oh, hopefully this is the one.
これ使っちゃおう。
You've been
Yeah.
close.
これで魂をまといます。やる気だし、あとはよろしく。さあ、ガンガン火の王よ。答えなさい。
Alright, good attacks.
しかし
Guess he'll get right back up and heal to full. And hopefully I have enough assist guards here to keep everyone nice and healthy.
全然効かないよ。傷を直します。やられてばかりじゃダメ。
Alright, 2 of them down. The weaker ones, but they're still down. Swap you in for Will Bell.
さあ、ガンガン自由に暴れなさい。痛いじゃないの。これで大丈夫。手加減なしで。油断したらお願いし
チャン
ます。
スだ。一気にさて威力はどうだ。
Alright, should be about over.
Great. We're all rooting for you.
Finally. Yeah, that one's rough, for sure. At this point, I'm probably well
Mhm.
behind estimate in that case. But
Oh,
we
just
made it
enjoy
through.
it. Yeah.
何が起こるか
Yeah.
楽しみ。
It's GG. Don't worry about that. I'll mention that we're raising money for NAMI. NAMI is the National Alliance on Mental Illness. They do a lot of amazing work. They have 48 state offices, 600 affiliates, and their programs reach more than 300,000 people a year, providing opportunities for education, support, personal growth, everything. It's a real program that helps real people, and if you can, suggest considering donating to a wonderful cause. We've got quite a few bids coming up. We have Triple Bingo coming up immediately after this for Quest for Glory. We're about halfway there. We've only got 30, 40 minutes to go before that incentive's going to be up. So if you want Triple Bingo, and I know you do, please consider donating for that. There's a unique game over for Quest for Glory Shadow of Darkness that is not yet met. It sounds like a lot of fun, and I know there's always people in chat that want to see the speedrunner lose the game, so you can actually make them do that. Finally, we can upgrade the game to 100% in Quest for Glory Shadow of Darkness. That's only $36 away. It's super close. I bet that's going to happen, and hopefully we can get that done right now.
Cool. So yeah, like I mentioned earlier, having money in this game is actually a bad thing. For a life task in the next chapter, I need to be at exactly, no more, no less, it has to be exact, exactly 30,000 coal. So right now I'm at 47 from killing all those enemies. So I need to spend as much money as possible, which is what I'm doing right now. It seems I'm a bit over where I should be, so like I have a bit too much money, so it might be problematic, but there are backups for that. But like I mentioned before, there's a soft cap on the amount you can spend on this game, just because the shop stocks are very limited. And there's not really any other sink for your money. but we're getting down there. Below 40k now.
We just got a super awesome donation from Bill the Conqueror, who is conquering incentives in Bid Wars with no comment. Thank you very much. And good morning, Boss Wife Carolyn. Good morning, fellow RPG fan.
Alright, looks like I'm gonna make it. We're right down to about 30k, so. There'll be a few more things that show up in the shop's next chapter, and I'll be able to spend the rest of the money then. And for now, it's just a long synthesis section. It's mostly inconsequential crafting. It's just for XP. I need to get to level 56 to finish the game. So that'll just be making random items for XP until then. Well, not random, they're specific items, but just a lot of different stuff. You do get an XP bonus the first time you make an item, so we do want to craft a bunch of different things. Alright, medical solution. And I'll just sort of be flying through these. Is there anything else I should explain?
While you're doing that, I'll just mention that if you donate during this run, there are 3 prizes that you are eligible to win. There's a standard edition digital code for Tales of Arise, minimum bid $10, generously contributed by Heroic Spirit Gamer, who's also volunteering for this. They're awesome. A Sega Dreamcast, an actual Sega Dreamcast, with a minimum bid of $20, contributed by P. Diggity Dog, very generous of them. And a physical copy of Sonic Generations. Remember physical copies of video games? Yeah, you can get one. I haven't seen one of those in a long time. The minimum bid is $5, and it was generously donated by Transquina, who is also a volunteer here. So thank you very much.
Alright, so I'm making one of the most important items for the end of this run. It's the Demon Warding Charm. It's a very nice little equipment. It's not really an equipment, it's a field item. It deletes all the enemies for you. Very convenient. So you'll see me use that in a bit. As soon as I go out into the field again. Late in the game, there's some enemies that are pretty annoying to dodge. So it just saves time on average to delete them with the charm. Alright, only a few more items left here. This game worth the play? Yeah, I mean, I personally, this isn't necessarily a popular opinion, but I do personally enjoy this game much more than Eska and Logi. I think this is quite a bit more engaging, and the combat is very enjoyable. So if you played Eska and Logi, I'd give this one a try. If you're in it for the story, maybe not a great idea at that point. It's not a satisfying conclusion to the Dusk trilogy, story-wise, but mechanically I think it's one of the peaks of the series, so. Alright, and one more item.
We just got a super awesome donation from Twinstrumental. They say, Miller, David, Ustra, Crow, and everyone, seeing y'all play Quest for Glory with the same love I feel for the games is simply amazing. And thank you for being such avid supporters of being true heroes and always solving the problems of Silmeria sometimes. Yay! Questing for Glory! Thank you very much, Twinstrumental. And with that, we have achieved triple bingo in Quest for Glory.
Nice.
And we have achieved upgrade to 100% in Quest for Glory Shadow of Darkness. So thank you very much. That was super awesome. Twinstrumental, thank you.
All right, and that'll be the end of chapter 8. So we're going into chapter 9. After a short little cutscene here, they have a swimsuit party, so. And an insert song. This game has a lot of insert songs if you haven't noticed. I think this is the 6th vocal song so far. The series did used to be known for its vocal songs, I think, during the Dusk era. There's a lot of good ones. Anyone who's played Asuka and Logi and defeated Golvig remembers Sky of Twilight, so. Do Atelier games have a larger overarching story? No. They're separated into trilogies, and they're all disconnected from each other. Alright, so this is the chapter where we learn the truth of the world. Ominous, right? We're really just exploring ancient ruins from the ancient civilization and finding out where the water comes from. Alright, let's equip this charm. Did I missed this, didn't I? Forgot to grab our little robot girl here. I'm glad I realized fairly quickly what happened there. There's 6 of those robot girls. They kind of look like Miku. They're all exactly the same. And you have to collect all of them, so I've been sort of just picking them up as I see them throughout the game. And they're actually keys, so they'll sing a song for us.
Oh?
And open the final dungeon.
Cool.
Very cool.
We just got 2 super awesome donations. Stegens donated $25 and says, donation with 6 or 7 O's. Let me count them. 6 O's. Zaliard FTW says, this is great. I cannot think of anything else to say, but great things you are all doing. Thank you very much. Thank you for donating $10. Very generous of you.
And while Nooster was reading the donations, if you noticed, I used my charm for the first time, and the enemies just poofed. It's very convenient. This later dungeon has a lot of very tight corridors, so I'll be using it again in this room as well. This one's a bit easier to navigate, but I'd rather just not take the chances. Fights can be very difficult to escape from in this game. Only joined the stream very recently. Does this run rely on any glitches? It does not. If there are glitches in this game, I don't know about them. So, we do not have any. Just pure crafting prowess. So after this cutscene, there's a super annoying little quirk. There's a squirrel right there, and it runs straight into you. It is impossible to dodge. So you always get that fight. Sometimes you run from it first try like it did just there, thankfully. Sometimes it takes a bit. There's no reason to fight it, so.
Okay, we're now $4 from $14,000. I do not think this will last long.
Let's get there.
There we go.
14,000, very nice.
Okay, we have Mercurius 59. Says, this game is really cute, and I'm having a great time watching you play it. Thanks for the run, and good luck to you and all the runners. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Yeah, I love this game. Alright, and we have a short little break here. One of the few... This is actually a video. You can tell it's encoded kind of badly. The frame rate is very low. It's kind of choppy. It's unskippable, so we'll just sit here and walk through his monologue. He's going to talk about how important water is, because I think everyone's aware of how important water is, but he's really going to drive the point home. This guy's been around for a long time. He's seen some stuff.
I've always felt you can't trust dihydrogen monoxide. It causes many deaths and property damage every year.
I'm drinking some right now. I really, really need it.
Yeah, this is probably, yeah, stay hydrated, chat.
It's a very good point to take a water break.
Mm-hmm. Is it okay if I talk about the bid wars now?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah.
This will last for a little longer.
Cool. All right, yeah, we've got a bunch of incentives and bid wars going on for Dragon Quest builders. As far as I can see, no one's donated at all to name the character, which surprises me quite a bit. So you can jump right into the lead right now with any donation, unless there's one that hasn't gone through. Save or destroy Caitlyn. We currently rightfully are on to destroy Caitlyn by $5. You can donate to obtain the Crown Ghouls. We're about a quarter of the way to that. We need $220 to achieve that incentive. And if you want to hear classic 8-bit music during Dragon Quest Builders, we're about a third of the way to that incentive. We're about $200 out.
All right. So yeah, Chapter 9 free time. This will be the last free time of the entire game, because after this is Chapter 10. And after the story in Chapter 10, the game is finished. So, like I mentioned earlier, one of the tasks for this chapter is getting to exactly 30,000 coal. It can be difficult because you get so much money and no hope. It can be hard to spend it all. So, but I was fairly close. Yeah, just 1,000 to go, so I should be able to get most of the way there from shop purchases. And now I just sell stuff that equals up to 10. I'm at exactly 30,000. And my bar fills up a lot. So at this point, I just gotta finish making some more stuff for experience. And after that, I'll be making my end game equipment, which won't take very long. I am out of junk. I can just skip that craft. It's just for XP. I think it would take longer to go gather the materials, so It's my executive decision.
これレベルアップ。材料はどれにしよう。これ始めよう。やった完成。
Although I am definitely hurting for XP not being able to make that, so that is unfortunate.
始めよう。
It's fine. Alright, 53.
レベル
I can make my spirit belts. This is
新しい
going to be one of my endgame accessories.
これ始めよう。どの戦力
It's very good. It gives all my characters auto revive permanently.
材料はどれにしよう。
Auto revive is very powerful in this game.
これで
Alright, so how do I do this? Heal.
どうなるかな。
It's also one of the more complicated crafts in the game.
便利なスキルを使うよ。便利なスキルを使うよ。材料
There
の
we
数
go.
値を上げこんな感じで。どの戦力を引き継ごうかな。これで完
Because I do need to place these
材
skills
料はどれにしよう。
very specifically. Just to manipulate the attributes and stuff like that. You can see down in the middle
かな。便利な
that
スキルを使う
the
よ。
bars are changing.
材料の数値を上げ
It
る
would
よ。
be a little difficult to explain how all of it works, but
材料の
getting the bars to specific spots is very important for changing what the items do
これでいいかな。
and
完成。
making them do exactly what I need them to.
材料
I just got a donation from an HS who I strongly suspect may or may not be high spirits, who says, "Must reach $14,000. Did we do it?" Yes, yes, we did, exactly. Congratulations, we just raised $14,000.
はどれにしよう。
Woo! Very nice.
これ
Good job, everyone.
これどの戦力これ
Alright, I just need to get to alchemy level 56, so one more item should get me there. And I can make my last item of the run,
始めよう。どの戦力これ
which will be a treasure grimoire, which
材料は
massively increases the damage of my ultimate abilities by like 4 times.
これで
And this is the only synth in the only craft in the game where I will make use of the chain
これで
system.
どうかな。
Uh,
今の状態だ。もう一工夫入れよう。便利なスキルを使うよ。もう少しかな。慎重に便利なスキルを使うよ。どうなるかな。どの戦力を引き継ごうかな。
Alright.
これでいい。完成。
I did not go exploring. There we go.
どこに
And chapter complete. On to chapter 10. Final chapter with the final boss. Final boss, hopefully everything goes okay. I'll explain more about that fight when I get closer to it, but it can be finicky, to say the least. There's some damage range stuff going on in there that if you get a little unlucky, you can just straight up lose near the end, so. Gotta equip my new items. Everyone gets a spirit belt. And I also have to change up my formation. Just gonna get rid of everyone with equipment because there is a intentional death I have to take very shortly.
どこに行くか教えろ。
It's an optional boss coming up. Well, fighting it isn't optional. Defeating it is optional. You do have to fight it. You're forced into it. And you only get one shot at it. If you lose, it disappears. So it is an achievement boss. It's much more difficult than the final boss. It's the Beast King. So that'll be right over here. Oh, right. And I have to take off Sarah's equipment just so that she doesn't auto-revive and make it take longer, so. Yeah, this guy. And we'll just stand by while we let him beat on us for a bit. And yeah, with no equipment, he'll just be one-shotting everyone.
This is going on to mention that after Dragon Quest Builders, we're going to have Final Fantasy VI Worlds Collide Randomizer, and we are trying to get an incentive to have them be forced to start with Umaro, which sounds pretty bad. You can also get to choose the sprites, original versus alternate universe. Right now, alternate universe sprites are in the lead with $50 to $25. You can get an incentive that the Espers do not teach magic. There's an incentive for the sprite color palettes. You can have original, random, killer robots, or zombies. Right now it's a tie. I'm not sure how that is resolved, but it is a tie with original and random for $25 each. Finally, there is an incentive to allow the Ultima spell to be learned, which doesn't have any donations yet, so please consider getting on that.
Alright, and just in time for us to enter the final dungeon. There is a mid-boss in here, right before the final boss, so we will have to fight that first to get to the final boss. And I'm just going to delete all the enemies here. They're very difficult to dodge. It is doable, but it's inconsistent. And so, alright, the mid-boss is coming up right in this room. Of course I lied. This one's just skippable. It looks intimidating though. The real mid-boss is right here, and it doesn't pop in until late. It is an octopus. This fight should be fine. We'll see. I said that about the other fights too, and
It'll be fine. We all believe in you. It's going to go just fine.
I believe in me too, mostly. We can just bonk it right here. Alright, I did enter burst properly, so I have all my field effects going. Hey, so Runner, which is your favorite Atelier? I've got a soft spot for Aisha. For me, that's a rough question. I like a lot of different ones for different reasons. Like, I really like Fierce for the characters and the exploration, and I really like Lillua and Shallie for the mechanics, so... And Ryza is my favorite to speedrun. I just like a lot of them. I need to charge my ult gauge. Yeah, it should be fine. This boss is pretty rude. It does have time cards. You can see it has that spike thing, and it just infinitely summons those. So, just constant AoE damage coming in. Alright, hopefully doing a volcano right here will not end my burst. Good. And now I just try and switch between Aisha and Asuka infinitely to keep my burst going until I can ult it and kill it. Not that.
We just had an awesome donation come in from Boss Wife Carolyn, who says, "Gotta show Dragon Quest Builders some love. Best new games I've played in a while." Yeah. And with that, the female gender is in a commanding $6 lead. Oh.
Very nice. That was a lot of damage that just came in. Kinda spooky. Alright. 50,000 HP. Getting close to the point where I can end this fight.
I love the fact that the attack is named Himmelshank. I can't remember what Shank means in German, but I know Himmel is heaven, so it sounds like she's shanking it with heaven. Just...
Alright. Oh, it's Himmel Heaven. Yeah, there's a lot of German games, but I don't know any of it. Alright, and I should be able to end it with an ultimate right here. If it does kill it, we'll get Logi and Eska's special duo ultimate attack, since they are a pair. Bonk. Cool victory pose. Heaven's Gift. That actually makes sense. Do they normally translate those into English in later games? Alright, so I'm just going to go ahead and heal before the final boss real quick. It's not strictly necessary, but it makes things easier. And a safety save, of course, because dying to the final boss once again, it'll get you a game over. So... so one thing about this final fight, it has two phases. The second phase is ridiculous. Just the damage output is, quite frankly, almost... with this set, you're almost completely unable to deal with it. But it only goes into the second phase at about 30% HP. So the goal for this fight is to build up chain in burst and nuke it with an ultimate, so you skip the second phase completely. If you don't manage to do that, it'll heal up, and it's not going to be a good time afterwards, so... Hopefully I can execute the strat. If I can't, we're in for a bit of a rough experience. This should be good. Okay, didn't lie to me. Thankfully, there are a lot of ads on this fight. It makes building burst very easy. It's pretty easy to get a solid 150% right off the start, and that's the max.
まだまだまだまだ
Of course, the ads also put out a ton of damage.
しくじった
全然効かないよ。
But it's not a huge deal. I do have the auto revives.
パワー全開だよ。成長してるとこ見せてあげる。
チャンスだ一気に決めようさて威力はどうだ
私だって
Now, I do need to build my ult gauge up. It's the purple one at the top middle. It says 35% right now. Hopefully I have enough burst left to get that to max
くれてるよ。これ使っちゃ
so that I can keep my chain.
損傷警備パワー全開だよ。どんな時も変わらないよ。
It looks like I may.
これでどう？
I get ult gauge from using assist attacks, so what I'm doing right now. I just need one more set and it should be good to go.
やる気出しどこまでも追いかけるもう一回
Alright. Max, perfect. And so now I can just build chain for a while. I probably want to get to about 300 chain, and then I'll try ulting it, and hopefully that'll finish the fight.
全力でいくよ。これ使っちゃおう。
This is a predicament, actually. Will I lose my burst if I do this? I don't really have a choice. I have to think about this for a second. If I swap in Eska now... Oh, this is rough. Like, do I have to gamble? Yeah, I have to gamble. Yeah, it ended. That's unfortunate. I'm gonna have to build my chain all over again. That might make this fight really tight. Oh, I still have it. Okay, lucky. Is it because of the Himmelshank?
あとはよろしく。
I saw it go to 0. I feel like burst should have ended there, but it didn't. That's pretty lucky for me. Because yeah, once burst ends, your chain ends, and chain is a massive damage multiplier, so you really want to keep that chain up,
よーし
which only Aisha and Eska are capable of doing.
簡単
悪い手加減しないよし任せた
本気で怒った諦めちゃダメだよ狙い通りよ力が溢れてるこれならお願いしますよーし全力でいくよこれ使っちゃおう
And so yeah, this fight will just be building chain until I can nuke it from this point onwards.
あとはよろしく本気で怒った
Okay.
守れないと
まだまだおう
よーし全力でいくよこれ使っちゃおうもう一回
Ouch.
休む面倒だしこれであとはよろしく本気で怒
Alright, getting close.
どんな時も変わらないよこれでどう
悪い手加減しないよ
Is this gonna be okay?
全力でいくよ。 これ使っちゃおう。
Yeah, it'll be fine.
私を本気で怒らせたみたいね。あとはよろしく。本気で怒った。どんな時も変わらないよ。
なんだ入れるか。
力が溢れてる。これならお願いします。
I'm just going a bit slow to make sure I don't make any mistakes. Losing my burst chain here would obviously set me back many minutes.
よーし、全力でいくよ。
Alright, should be good. There we go. Phew.
解放してこの
Nice.
終わらせる。
If
was
you
a cool
miss
fight.
yeah, there's a lot of pressure on that fight, especially if it summons more ads. And it won't be timed just yet, but about 5 minutes from now, so we're almost done. Just gotta go through the ending stuff.
Congratulations, that was pretty intense.
Thank you.
I'll mention we got 2 more donations, a $5 donation from Anonymous, thank you very much, and a $5 donation from Toriel Shalna. Thank you very much, it was very generous of you. Oh, and another $20 donation just came in from Aishtmo. Cool, thank you very much, Aishtmo.
よーし。
Thanks for the GGs, everyone. I do appreciate it. Yeah, No Hope gives a lot of XP. Your level gets up pretty high in this game. Most Atelier runs, you're like super low leveled the entire time, even on high difficulties, because you try to avoid as many battles as possible, but this game just gives you a lot of XP, so. And yeah, after the ending credits, there'll be a short little cutscene, and that'll be time, so a couple more minutes.
Oh, GG, that was a lot of fun.
Thanks, I'm glad you enjoyed it. I hope everyone in chat enjoyed it as well. I do love this game. If you haven't played the Atelier series before and this looks interesting to you, I really urge you to give it a shot. It's a very cute series, very fun mechanics. If you like crafting systems, Atelier will definitely scratch that itch for you. The crafting systems get pretty involved. And they're very rewarding because it really is a series about crafting. Like, you make items and that's how you win battles. So you do get very rewarded for crafting well.
I see we've got your Twitch account in chat. What games do you usually stream? Is it mainly Atelier, or are there other things too?
I usually stream Atelier, yeah, when I feel like speedrunning them. There's a lot of games in the series, and I've speedrun many of them, at least 10.
Oh, wow.
But the developers of Atelier came out with a new game just this week, a couple days ago, called Blue Reflection. It's a sequel, and I've been playing that recently, and also Tales of Arise, so.
Cool. No, thank you. Yeah, if you're in chat and you enjoyed this run, I think pretty much everybody did. Go over to twitch.tv/lilliedesu and follow. Cool. Well, thank you very much for the running. That's very nice of you.
Thank you for having me on, and thank you for hosting.
Oh, no problem.
It was really fun.
Yeah, is there anyone you want to shout out or give or mention or anything like that?
The top loser in chat, she does a lot of work for the community for these games. She manages a database site, and without her data from her data mining, these runs would not be possible. The data is really, really valuable when making routes. Saves a lot of time.
Cool. Awesome. Thank you. We'll stick around after this round. We've got some really cool games coming up. Immediately after this, we have Quest for Glory, and we did get triple bingo. So there's going to be a triple bingo. There's 3 runners, so it's going to be a lot of fun. Set up for that. Then we've got Quest for Glory, Shadow of Darkness, which is going to be really fun. And we have gotten the 100% incentive for that, so you're going to see the entire game. We're still a little bit short on the unique game over. You can make the runner lose Quest for Glory, Shadow of Darkness in a comical way. We're about $270 away from that. After that, we got Dragon Quest Builders, and there's several incentives still open for that. Obtain the Crown Ghouls, where we're at 80 of 300. Craft the Yowie Powie Rug. We're 300 behind on that, unfortunately. We are about a third of the way to hearing glorious 8-bit music in the game. And we have an incentive to name the character. And the last time I checked, no one had actually put anything in, which shocks me. And I suspect this will not go. Oh, wait, no. There is a name. $5 for Flora, which is a lovely name.
If I may, the credits just ended, so be ready for time in a little bit. There will be a short cutscene, and then time is right after that. Won't take too long. Just got to show us the ship we've been in. I've seen this for, the past 3 hours, but it's fine. Sarah's heading home to help her village. She's the daughter of the village chief and time.
GG.
GG.
Congratulations. That was awesome.
Thank you.
I'll say it again, your menuing is really cool to watch.
Who puts the end timer after the cutscenes? It's pretty common. It's like standard for this series. It's just the way it is. So.
I think the answer to that is Japan.
Yep. And yeah, that'll be Shallie. What was the time?
3:10:43.
Right on estimate.
Yeah,
Nice.
you were totally fine, even with all the horrible marathon things that the marathon decided to throw at you. You did great.
This game has a lot of RNG, so I did the estimate a little bit over, and it worked out. I'm glad.
Oh, it was
All
perfect.
right. Yeah, thank you all for watching. I had a lot of fun. I hope you had a lot of fun too, and enjoy the rest of the marathon, honestly.
Thank you.
It's been a
Awesome.
great time this week, so.
It's been an awesome marathon so far. Yeah, thank you for being part of it.
Yep, I'll see y'all later.
Yeah, take care. Well, just a reminder, we're questing for glory, hope and healing 2. We're benefiting NAMI. NAMI is a wonderful mental health charity that serves over 300,000 people a year through a variety of services and programs. If you can, please consider donating. If you can't, I understand. That's okay. Just by being here, being in chat, being nice, being awesome people, you're doing your part. Feel free to share this hashtag. I'm going to put it in chat right now. And if you can't donate, that's totally fine. Consider telling your friends and other people about the marathon. It's a bunch of really awesome games, and letting people know about it is a thing you can do if you can't afford to actually donate yourself. We're going to be going off pretty soon, but we're going to be right back with Quest for Glory by David Tiki, Il Crowley, and Mr. P.R. Miller. And we have achieved triple bingo level for that. After that, Quest for Glory, Shadow of Darkness by Ustrahazu, and that is 100%. So stick around. There are going to be some really cool games, and you shouldn't go anywhere.